one has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 5-time Super Bowl champs from the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers.
Here we go.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, many had ordained the Kansas City Chiefs to be the best team in the NFL coming into the season, and now here they are, one game away from their first Super Bowl title since Super Bowl IV 50 years ago.
And we'll get to that in just a minute, but how about this? This is their 5th straight playoff appearance. They went to overtime with New England in the AFC title game last year. Remember, they were down big at the half, came all the way back and had a chance to win, lost in overtime. Finally climbed that mountain and got back. And do you remember Super Bowl IV against Minnesota? Remember Hank Stram as their coach? On the sidelines, mic'd up for the first time. That really gave us a lot of what we have now with NFL films. What a terrific performance by that Kansas City team, and they blew away the Vikings in that game.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are back in the Super Bowl for the 7th time in franchise history, one of the more successful teams in the Super Bowl era, as they look to claim their 6th title, which would tie them with the Patriots and Steelers for most ever.
I like how you stated that they're one of the more successful franchises in Super Bowl history, because at one point, they were 5-0 in Super Bowls. Joe Montana with wins in Super Bowl 16, 19, 23, and 24. And Steve Young, remember that one? Get the monkey off my back, as he won big in Super Bowl 29. But they lost their last time out against the Ravens in Super Bowl 47. They're looking for a little bit of that. Can we get right again, guys? And I think the San Francisco 49ers team is going to play awfully well in this game.
And they're hoping that the lights stay on in the stadium the entire game this go-around. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about...
And that is caught! Touchdown, Kansas City! With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Looky here, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and now an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Well, one of the big questions in the lead-up to Super Bowl 54, the health of Tevin Coleman. We saw him go down fairly early in that NFC Championship game against Green Bay, and you thought, oh boy, that doesn't look good. Separated shoulder, pop back into place, and he wants to give it a go.
And you understand that. I mean, the chance to get to the Super Bowl and play. He's been there once before, but that was with Atlanta.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Damian Wilson in on the stop. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Here we go.
Kansas City getting the football back here. This is a team ranked 6th overall in the NFL in offense. They were 5th in passing, but just 23rd in rushing. And we talked about Mahomes earlier, but how much do you think they need to run the ball to be effective in the Super Bowl?
Just enough to keep San Francisco's attention. Get those sprinter stances out of those defensive ends and defensive tackles on every snap. And they'll do it with Damian Williams, their running back, but they also will include their wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, he'll do jet sweeps and maybe some option pitches. Don't forget McCole Hardman. He'll run the ball as well. And Travis Kelce, a lot of times it won't be a running play. It'll be a...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. George Kittle, the All-Pro, 85 catches, over 1,000 yards this year. Maybe the most memorable play, that face mask tugging catch in the final minute of the win at New Orleans, Charles.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it was a 4th and short. He catches the ball and continues downfield with what felt like 8 or 9 guys on top of him. But as you noted, the most important part was the face mask that was grabbed, and he just kept going. That is George Kittle. But he's almost been a forgotten man in the postseason, because 49ers have emphasized the run game, just 4 catches, 35 yards in 2 games. But how about the blocking? Absolutely dominating both at the point of attack and in space. Not a surprise, because he is the son of a former Big Ten offensive lineman.
This is Coleman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. He finds Sanders. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's Coleman here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal, this Chiefs defense. They're giving it all they got. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mahomes going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
A 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And that's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's over.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mahomes now to throw. It's Williams on the catch. There he goes left side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, 83 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. And a pass complete here to Sanders. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 30 yards. And the 49ers able to get this back to some measure of respectability. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Let's go, Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Mahomes will try again on second down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
That one goes for 24 yards. Mahomes now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Bell. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Blake Bell, 40 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now it's Mahomes again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. On first down, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1 yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
And the 49er hands team does its job.
Come on, fellas. Here we go. 180! 954! Coming!
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we've reached half. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated. Ready to go for the second half. But the never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54.
We play to win. Let's go!
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end Kelsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Mahomes now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And again, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. Two-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for two when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though.
Here we go. What do you need? Not today, you are. Not today.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. His throw incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys continue to pour it on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Here we go. What do you need? Number 53, Mike 53. Watch the run. 53.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far. Third quarter, he is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot.
It got his man complete. 20, 10, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Here we go. 180. Mike. Watch twist.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Here we go. 20.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
To throw is Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding him.
That's caught inside the 20. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. On second and 10, Mahomes looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at third and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Under a heavy rush. rush, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great things.
He's got him in. Complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 33 yards that time. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Looking down. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And the 49er hands team does its job.
Here we go. 180. Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now here comes Kansas City. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Mahomes now on 1st down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! Check, 53 is mine. It's coming this way, Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Garoppolo. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. And that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. One final try now for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.